Okay, well, we've got some good news and some bad news today. The good news is I do have my main shifter made up. I've still got to do some welding and finish grinding. That's just temporary, just a mock-up. But the main shifter's good. Everything works like it's supposed to. Everything clears. No problems there. So that's good on the main shifter. But on the transfer case shifter is a little bit different story. I've got a lever made up, and it does work. We can shift it from 2-wheel high to 4-wheel high, no problems. But there's not enough throw to get into 4 low. It hits, and it's not locked, it's not engaged into 4 low yet. So this shifter for the transfer case is a no-go. I'm going to, I believe what I want to do now is I'll get a floor mount shifter and put here, and then I can run linkage from the bottom of the floor shifter to my linkage I made off the side of the transfer case. And then I should have enough throw from that. I should be able to have the shifter all the way here for 2-wheel high, and then I can bring that shifter all the way back as far as I need to go and get it into 4 low. I think that'll work, doing some linkage that way. Yeah, don't necessarily need to have 4 low, but it's nice if you're gonna be off in the woods and crawling trails. Then the other good news come around. My special order gauges from Speed Hut showed up today. I ordered the gauges, 4.5-inch gauges. Got Speedo and tack, GPS Speedo. With Speed Hut, you can customize your gauge faces and bezels and all that good stuff. And I tried to get as close look on the new gauges as what the factory gauges were. Of course, they didn't have tacks in them, but as far as the lettering and the colors, I want it to look as close as possible. But the 4-inch gauges from Speed Hut were too small for the holes in the Scout dash. So therefore you get this other bezel to mount up and put it in place. So I've got to get these bezels off and get them painted up. And then I can finish up the wiring on the dash for the Scout. And I believe once I get the Speedo and the tachometer wired in, that should be every piece of wire that I need ran and done. With the exception of these 2 wires. The yellow one will be for electric wire conversion that I will do eventually. And this blue wire, my dad put cab lights on the half cab when he had the truck. So I'm going to wire up new wiring for the cab lights. Other than that, that should be every piece of wiring ever need to be done on this thing done. I finally got this glove box. Never did work from the day my dad owned it. When he got it, it didn't work. They had a spring attached here and ran to a wire, or ran hooked back here in the back. But I finally got a new latch and got everything adjusted. Glove box works as it should now. Even have a key so it can lock it. Not that it'll keep things safe, but you can at least try. So, good news, bad news, but there is progress. Thanks.